Hello, and a very warm welcome. I'm Patrick D, and it is an absolute delight to have you with me today. There's a certain magic in the air as summer gives way to autumn, don't you think? The world puts on its most beautiful golden cloak, and the crisp air whispers of new adventures. It's a season that invites introspection and discovery, which makes it a simply perfect time for travel, particularly for women setting out to explore this glorious planet of ours. I find there's nothing quite like the freedom of packing a bag and heading towards the horizon, ready for whatever wonders await. Today, we're embarking on a rather special journey together. We'll be counting down my top 10 cities for women travelers to visit in the beautiful autumn of 2025. It's a list I've curated with the utmost care, focusing on places that aren't just breathtakingly beautiful, but are also havens of safety, brimming with rich culture, and offering those truly unique, soul-stirring experiences that become memories for a lifetime. These are cities where you can wander freely, feel utterly secure, and connect with the world, and most importantly, with yourself. So I invite you to get comfortable, perhaps with a warm cup of tea, and join me on this virtual voyage. Let your imagination take flight as we wander through ancient streets and gaze upon natural wonders. This isn't just a list, it's an invitation to dream, to plan, and perhaps to add one or two of these magnificent destinations to your own personal travel bucket list. Let our adventure begin. Our journey begins in the east, in a city that feels as though it's been plucked from a poem. Welcome to Kyoto, Japan. As autumn arrives, the city's ancient temples and serene gardens are set ablaze with the most spectacular shades of crimson and gold. Imagine strolling through the Arashiyama bamboo grove, the light filtering through the tall stalks, or seeing the iconic Kinkaku-ji, the golden pavilion, reflected perfectly in its tranquil pond, framed by fiery maple leaves. It's a sight that stills the soul. It's this exquisite dance between nature and human artistry that is just so captivating. But what makes Kyoto truly special for a woman traveler is the profound sense of peace and safety that envelops you. It's a city where you can wander alone, even after dusk, through the lantern-lit streets of Gion, hoping for a fleeting glimpse of a geisha, and feel completely at ease. The politeness of the people is legendary, and there's a quiet respect that permeates every interaction. It's a place where ancient tradition and sleek modernity coexist in the most harmonious way, offering you a journey that is as much about inner peace as it is about outer exploration. From the serene elegance of Japan, we fly west to the heart of Old World Europe, to a city that seems to have sprung from the pages of a fairy tale. Our number 9 is Prague. Simply arriving here feels like stepping back in time. As you cross the magnificent Charles Bridge at dawn, with the statues of saints watching over you and the castle looming majestically on the hill, you can't help but be swept away by the romance of it all. The autumn air is crisp, perfect for huddling in a cozy cafe with a hot chocolate, or horka chocolata as they say, which is thick enough to eat with a spoon. The city's 100 spires pierce the autumn sky, and its cobblestone lanes invite you to lose yourself, to wander without a map and discover hidden courtyards and quirky puppet shops. The atmosphere is so incredibly welcoming, and the city is wonderfully compact, making it a joy to explore on foot. You can spend your days marveling at the astronomical clock, exploring the vast castle complex, and feeling the weight of centuries of history. It's a city that wraps you in its arms and shares its secrets, making you feel not like a tourist, but like a welcome guest in its magical story. Next, we head south to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, to a city pulsating with life, art, and passion. At number 8, we have the one and only Barcelona. Oh, this city has such a rhythm. It's a place where the surreal, whimsical architecture of Gaudi seems to have grown organically from the earth itself. To stand before the Sagrada Familia, its towers reaching for the heavens, is a truly humbling experience. In the fall, the summer crowds begin to thin, leaving more space to savor the city's unique energy. What I adore about Barcelona is its sheer vibrancy and the ease with which you can immerse yourself in its culture. You can spend a morning lost in the labyrinthine streets of the Gothic Quarter, discovering ancient Roman walls and hidden plazas, and by the afternoon be strolling along the beach at Barceloneta, feeling the sea breeze. The city is a feast for the senses, the taste of delicious tapas, the sound of a Spanish guitar, the sight of a flamenco dancer's swirling dress. It's a safe and wonderfully accessible city, with a metro system that can whisk you from a Picasso museum to a park overlooking the entire cityscape. It's a place that encourages you to be bold and live life to the fullest. For our seventh destination, we cross the Atlantic to a city where urban sophistication meets raw, untamed nature. I'm talking about the breathtakingly beautiful Vancouver, Canada. This is a city for the woman who finds solace and strength in the great outdoors. In autumn, Vancouver is simply spectacular. The city's famous Stanley Park, a sprawling urban rainforest, becomes a canvas of gold, orange, and deep red. You can rent a bicycle and cycle the entire seawall, with the ocean on one side and a forest of color on the other. The air here feels so clean, so invigorating. You can spend your morning hiking a mountain trail with panoramic views of the city and the sea, and your afternoon exploring the Granville Island Market with its artisanal foods and local crafts. There's a wonderful laid-back West Coast vibe, and the people are known for their friendliness. It's a city that feels both incredibly safe and endlessly adventurous. It reminds you of the sheer scale and beauty of our planet, offering a perfect balance of urban comforts and the wild, restorative power of nature. Let's return to Europe, to the cradle of the Renaissance, a city that is itself a work of art. At number 6, we find ourselves in the utterly enchanting Florence, Italy. To walk through Florence is to walk through history. Every corner you turn, every piazza you enter is steeped in the genius of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Botticelli. Seeing David with your own eyes, or gazing up at Brunelleschi's magnificent Duomo, is an experience that resonates deep within your soul. The autumn light in Tuscany is famously soft and golden, bathing the city's terracotta roofs and stone bridges in a warm, romantic glow. And then, of course, there is the food. Oh, the food. Autumn is harvest season, meaning the markets are overflowing with porcini mushrooms, truffles, and new olive oil. You can learn to make pasta from a local nonna, or simply sit in a trattoria, savoring a glass of Chianti and a plate of ribollita, a hearty Tuscan soup. Florence is a city to be savored slowly. It's incredibly walkable, and there's a sense of intimacy and safety in its narrow streets. It's a place that feeds not just your stomach, but your mind and your heart, leaving you feeling enriched and utterly inspired. For our fifth choice, we journey to a land of fire and ice, a place of myth, legend, and otherworldly beauty. We're heading to Reykjavik, Iceland. Reykjavik itself is a charming and quirky capital, with its colorful houses, cool design shops, and a wonderfully cozy cafe culture. It's the perfect, safe, and friendly base from which to launch your Icelandic adventures. The people are incredibly welcoming, and there's a strong sense of community and equality that makes a solo woman traveler feel instantly comfortable and respected. But the true magic begins when you leave the city lights behind. Autumn marks the start of the Northern Lights season. Imagine standing under a vast, dark sky, watching as ethereal ribbons of green and purple light dance and shimmer above you. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated wonder, something that connects you to the cosmos in a way nothing else can. You can also soak in the geothermal waters of the Blue Lagoon, walk on a black sand beach, or marvel at a geyser erupting from the earth. Iceland is a reminder of nature's raw power and sublime beauty, a truly unforgettable adventure. Now we travel to the other side of the world, where our autumn is their spring, but the vibe is just perfect for this time of year. At number 4, we have the effortlessly cool and creative Melbourne, Australia. This city has such a fantastic personality. It's famous for its laneway culture, where drab alleyways have been transformed into vibrant outdoor art galleries, brimming with incredible street art, rupas, and hidden cafes and bars. It's a city that rewards the curious, inviting you to get lost and discover its many secrets. Melbourne is a city of neighborhoods, each with its own unique flavor. You can explore the bohemian chic of Fitzroy with its vintage shops and rooftop bars, or the seaside charm of St. Kilda. The cafe scene here is, without a doubt, one of the best in the world. The coffee is a religion, and brunch is an art form. It's a city that celebrates creativity, diversity, and individuality. It feels young, dynamic, and incredibly safe, with a fantastic public transport system that makes getting around an absolute breeze. It's a place to recharge your creative batteries and just enjoy the wonderful buzz of urban life. We're heading back to the UK now, to a city of dramatic skylines, ancient history, and a touch of Gothic mystery. In our number 3 spot is the magnificent capital of Scotland, Edinburgh. There is nowhere quite like it. The city is dominated by its castle, perched atop an extinct volcano, gazing down over the medieval Old Town and the elegant Georgian New Town. Walking the Royal Mile in autumn, with a mist swirling around the ancient closes or alleyways, feels like you've walked onto the set of a historical drama. It's a city that fires the imagination. Autumn in Edinburgh is a particularly special time. The trees surrounding the Princes Street Gardens turn to gold, and the city hosts numerous festivals, including storytelling and film festivals, that add to its cozy cultural atmosphere. You can hike up Arthur's Seat for a breathtaking panoramic view, delve into the city's spooky history on a ghost tour, or simply find a warm, welcoming pub with a roaring fire and enjoy a wee dram of whiskey. Edinburgh is a city that feels both grand and intimate, and its compact, walkable nature and friendly locals make it a wonderful and safe choice for a solo adventure. For our runner-up, we're going to a city of passion, elegance, and soul-stirring dance. Let's travel to South America, to the Paris of the South, the incredible Buenos Aires, Argentina. This is a city with a grand, slightly faded European glamour. The architecture is magnificent, with wide boulevards and ornate buildings that speak of a prosperous past. You can spend your days wandering through the colorful bohemian neighborhood of La Boca, or the chic, leafy streets of Palermo, which are wonderfully safe and full of delightful boutiques and cafés. But the heart and soul of Buenos Aires is, of course, the tango. In autumn, which is their spring, the jacaranda trees bloom, carpeting the city in purple, and the air is filled with music. You can watch couples dance with breathtaking passion in the streets of San Telmo, or even be brave and take a lesson yourself. It's a culture that is so expressive and alive. The city is famous for its steak and Malbec wine, and you can enjoy incredible meals for a fraction of what they would cost elsewhere. Buenos Aires is a city that will seduce you, captivate you, and leave you longing to return. And so we arrive at our number 1 destination, a city that embodies grace, history, and that legendary Southern hospitality. Topping our list for fall 2025 is the impossibly charming Charleston, South Carolina. There is a gentility to Charleston that is utterly captivating. Imagine strolling along gaslit streets, past magnificent antebellum mansions with their grand piazzas and perfectly manicured gardens. The autumn air is mild and sweet, perfect for exploring the historic district on foot or by a horse-drawn carriage, listening to stories of the city's rich and complex past. Charleston is a city that welcomes you with open arms. The warmth of the people is genuine, and it creates an atmosphere of profound safety and comfort. The culinary scene is simply divine, a modern take on low country cuisine that will have your taste buds singing. From shrimp and grits to she crab soup, it's comfort food elevated to an art form. You can explore the colorful houses of Rainbow Row, take a ferry to Fort Sumter where the Civil War began, or simply find a bench on the Battery and watch the dolphins play in the harbor. It's a city that slows you down, soothes your soul, and fills you with a sense of peace and beauty, a truly perfect autumn escape. And there we have it, our journey through 10 of the most wonderful cities for a woman to explore in the autumn of 2025. From the tranquil temples of Kyoto to the genteel streets of Charleston, I do hope you felt as inspired as I have. Each city offers its own unique magic, its own special invitation to see the world. Travel, for me, is the greatest education and the greatest gift we can give ourselves. It broadens the mind, opens the heart, and reminds us of the extraordinary beauty and kindness that exists all around us. But this is, of course, just my list. The world is vast and full of wonders, and I would be absolutely thrilled to hear about your own favorite autumn destinations. Where has your heart been captured? Which city would you recommend to our community of travelers? Please, do share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories are what make this community so very special, and I read every single one. There's nothing better than sharing in each other's discoveries. If you enjoyed our little adventure today, please do consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you don't miss our future journeys. There is so much more of this beautiful world I want to share with you. Until then, wherever your own travels may take you, I wish you safe journeys, open roads, and memories that will warm your soul for a lifetime. Goodbye for now.